Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Nelly and I am an aspiring indie author. And today we're going to be going over my Camp Nano July goals. Here's the thing about this video. How was Camp Nano July already here? Like literally just 2 days ago was Camp Nano April. Like how? But I'm glad it's here because May was a very rough month for me writing any like author wise thing. Is just like I barely got myself to do anything. June has been better, not the best, but it's been better. So I'm just hoping Camp Nano will get me back on track because it'll actually have like set goals and like dates that I want to accomplish them by. So let's hope. So because I'm kind of a little freak, I fully wrote out, like on a piece of paper, I just started writing out all the projects I want to have done and when I want to do them, because I don't actually have like one thing I'm going to be writing for this month because I'm in the middle of a few different projects right now, and it's like they're all in different parts of the project. So I'm just trying to continue everything based on where they're at. So I wrote them down, and then I was looking at it, I was like, because I can, like the way I work is I can normally only work on 2 books on any given day. Like if I try to schedule in 3 or 4, it ends up messing me up. If I was a full-time author, I literally don't know how I would do it, because technically right now I am a full-time author in a sense because I'm still looking for employment. But it's so hard for me to get myself to focus on all of these projects. So kind of broke it down into like 2-ish projects every day, and then I wrote down from what day to what day each project is going to be working on, because I feel like this is going to give me deadlines to actually like get to, and it'll actually like motivate me to do my work. So my first goals, these are not going to go on the Camp Nano site. I have only one of these projects is going on the Camp Nano site, and I'll say which one that is later. But the first one is from the 1st of July to the 4th of July. And that is to continue doing what I'm doing right now, which is doing final read-through edits of book 1 of my... Okay, so all of my series, or all of my books have names, but they're not the actual names. I just call them that. So Charmed book 1, I'm doing a final read-through edit. I'm like 10 chapters in, it's almost 30 chapters. So we're about 30% of the way through. It's actually like when I'm reading it, it's a great time. But the second I get out, it's so hard to get myself to like go back and do it, because it's not like I'm reading necessarily for enjoyment. I'm doing it for work. Like I'm genuinely looking for stuff. So it just, I will procrastinate doing work with every fiber of my being. So yeah, it's hard, but I'm giving myself until the 4th. It's currently July 27th. Not July 27th, June 27th. So just this next week to finish it off. Should be able to do it. I genuinely just need to dedicate like one day, and I should be able to do it. But like if I break it up, that's the thing. I feel like the problem here is me breaking it up makes it harder for me. So yeah, basically I have until July 4th because my copy editor is booked for July 5th. So I'm sending it off to my copy editor on the 5th. So like I genuinely have a deadline for that one. And then on the same scope of things, from the 1st to the 4th, we're trying to finish the second thing I'm working on right now, which is Charmed book 2. I'm doing edits before it goes off to beta readers. So I'm trying to have that done by the end of the 4th as well. I'm about 70% of the way through that one. I have exactly 7 chapters to edit and 6 scenes to add. So yeah. The thing with that one is I'm trying to send that off to beta readers the same day I send book 1 off to copy edits on the 5th. So kind of also have a deadline for that, but I don't yet. Actually think I'm gonna start contacting beta readers this week so that I can like actually set in date like when I'm gonna send it to them, and then it'll be a genuine deadline, and it'll be easier for me to be like, okay, no, I have to get this done because it's going off in a day or 2 days or whatever. So yeah. Okay, our next set of dates are from the 5th to the 19th. So on the 5th, I'm trying to send book 1 off to copy edits, book 2 off to betas. And then we are picking up and going to a different book entirely, and we're going off to what I'm calling Twins Book 1. This was my project for Camp Nano April. I got about 35,000 words into it. And then May, I barely got myself to do anything. I definitely didn't work on this at all. In June, I've added so far like 14,000 words to it. And that was only on 4 days worth of writing. Like, I didn't put that much time into it this month. Might maybe go back into it within the next few days. So it'll be like around 16,000 for the month. But overall, it's at just under 50,000 right now. And I am anticipating it needing another 30 to 40,000 words because I'm guessing the scenes I've skipped so far will total up to around 8 to 10,000 words. And then what is left of the story is around 30,000. So I'm just going to put it at a flat like 35. This is the one that's going into the Camp Nano website. And I'm not sure, like I haven't put it in yet because I'm not sure what number I want to put in. So, like, I feel like it's definitely going to be more than 30,000, but I kind of want to put 30,000 into Camp Nano. So I don't know. But yeah, from the 5th to the 19th, the goal is just to finish the book. And I actually really love writing this book. My only thing is, Charm series is urban fantasy, paranormal romance. Twins is full fantasy romance. So it's like getting from one world to the other is kind of jarring a little bit. But yeah, I actually really love that book, and every time I go into it, I get like so happy when I start reading it. So I am excited for it. It's just, I think what it is it's the stress of trying to finish these 2 books that I'm currently working on that is taking away from me having fun when I go into that book. So yeah, I definitely think it'll be relatively easy for me to finish that one. So I'm really excited, actually. Really excited. But yeah, that's like my major goal that has to get finished this month because I am not prolonging that one another month. And actually, to stay within the 5th to the 19th, this one's more of like a just if I want to do it, I can do it kind of thing. And that is, if you watch any of my vlogs, you've probably seen that I have a corkboard that I post-it note all the scenes to each book to. So like when I'm editing, I take post-it notes and I write down each scene, put it on the corkboard. I would have done it to my wall, but my walls don't let anything stick, so I have a corkboard for it. And that way I can visually see where all the scenes are, and then I can visually see where I need to add scenes and stuff like that. Because I'm definitely an underwriter, so I pretty much never take anything out. I always add. So I'm planning on doing that, but not on the corkboard for book 3. So for book 3 of this series, it's the last one of the series that I have written. It's a 4-book series. 1 to 3 were written almost back to back. 4 still doesn't even have an outline, but 1 to 3 were written almost back to back. 1 and 2 are pretty much edited. 1 is almost done, obviously. 2 is about to go to beta readers. 3, I think, is gonna need the most edits. It's definitely gonna have the most changes because the climax is completely changing for book 3. So although I'm not starting to edit that book until like September when I send book 2 off to copy edits, I think it'll be nice to like start preparations for it. So I'm thinking get cue cards and just start writing each of the scenes on the cue cards, and then I can do like the scene additions or scene changes on different cards and add them in where I want them, and then I can like hole punch it and put a ring and just carry it around with me. Just because I am moving at the end of July, so like I'm not gonna have the cork, and then I'm not gonna be in Boston for the entirety of August most likely, so I'm not gonna have the corkboard with me, so I'm not gonna put it there and then it goes into storage and the papers fall off and all of that stuff. So yeah, this one's very tentative because it's just working on, like, I feel like the writing the scenes down on the cue cards, it'll take me a day or two. Like, it's not gonna take me that long, but this is gonna be more of like just slowly working on it. But yeah, and then with that, I can also like lightly start outlining book 4 because I'm planning on writing book 4 for Nano in November, so I still have time for that one. Plus, I definitely want to make sure book 3 has, like, I know what my changes are for book 3 before I outline book 4, because I'm definitely gonna need what happens in book 3 to go into book 4. Anyway, that was very long-winded, but let's move on from the 20th to the 31st of July. What is happening? Now, this is the time where I will be packing and moving and, you know, on the flight and, you know, being back in LA. So it's gonna be a very messy time. But in this little chunk of time, I plan on outlining book 2 of the twin series fully. Fully to the extent that the twin series gets outlined, because book 1, if again you've seen any of my vlogs from when I was writing book 1, which is like March, April, you'll know that the outline for that is nothing like the outline for my charm series. My charm series is pretty much every single scene has, like, I know what's happening, whereas in twins, my original outline for it had so many missing scenes in it, and I'm kind of adding scenes as I go, as I try to figure it out. Now it's pretty much outlined. I think only one chapter in twins book 1 doesn't have an outline to it, but now it's pretty much outlined. Even now, a lot of the chapters are like, this and this person talk and stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, but like I don't really know what's gonna happen. So it's very much winging it, which is like, I'm assuming book 2 is probably gonna be that way as well. So just having basically like a broad outline that I can work with, because I need to know at least what the main problem is gonna be, and then how the romance is gonna ensue. The romance I pretty much know, but I need to know what the main problem is gonna be and how we're gonna get there, and then at least have like a light outline, because I want to start writing that one in August. So yeah, it's definitely a huge goal. And then goal 2 for the 20th to the 31st is to do the same thing with book 2 of Charmed that I did with book 3 of Charmed, which is get cue cards, write down all the scenes, and then this time write down all of the beta changes, because I'll be getting my beta feedback back by then. I might even get it back earlier than that, but I'm giving it 2 weeks just in case. Start writing like the beta changes or clarifications or anything like that I need to make, and start adding that in there. Whether or not I actually start editing it in July, I'm not positive, because that's just gonna be based on how busy I am with getting everything done, with some of the work stuff that I have, with just moving. Like, I feel like I will start editing it at least tentatively at the end of July, because based on book 1, when I get my feedback back, I get so excited that I'm just like, I just want to start now. So honestly, I think I will start editing by the end of July, but at the very least be fully prepared so that by the beginning of August I can start editing that book. And then finally, this one actually wasn't in my little list of what I was gonna do. This I started last night, and it's really bad. I really shouldn't be doing this. But basically, it's currently Sunday. On Friday, well, this entire week, usually when I go to sleep, I make up a scenario in my head, and I like basically make up a story in my head. And so on Friday, I was thinking about one of the story I had made up in my head for the week. And I was like, you know what, let me just write the outline for it. I'm not gonna write it right now. I just want to write the outline, and then in the future I can end up writing this book. And so I wrote basically half of the book outline. It's not like, yeah, this one's not gonna be a like long book or anything, but I wrote like half of the outline, and then yesterday in like 15 minutes I wrote it really quickly. Then yesterday in like 30 minutes I finished it, except for like a couple of scenes. The entire outline, like even that block, like the entire outline is there, which is insane because that is the fastest I've ever written an outline, which also goes to show that contemporary is so much easier for me because I don't have to make up an entire world. But yeah, on top of finishing the outline yesterday at like 12 a.m., I decided, why don't I just start writing like just a little bit. I wrote the entire first chapter and like the beginning of the second chapter, so that one's not actually on the goals for the month because I have way too many books that I'm working on right now for me to be getting sucked up into that one. That one's gonna be a standalone, but for me to be getting sucked up into that one. But if I end up writing any more of it, which part of me feels like I will, but I don't know, I might not. If I end up writing any more of it, that'll also be here. You will find out when we talk about how I did for Camp Nano. So a quick overall, we are gonna be working on like 6 books, 7 books, like a lot of books. So let's break it down. Charmed book 1, we are gonna be finishing up final read through edits and sending to copy editor. And then even if my copy editor gets it back to me within July, I don't think I'll actually start working on it until August. So that is it for that book. Charm book 2, we need to finish these edits and send to beta readers, and then once we get those back, prep the next set of edits and possibly start them. Charm book 3, just start prepping edits, get those cue cards ready so that I can slowly start preparing to edit that book. Charm book 4, lightly start to outline the book. Lightly. Kind of already know what the climax is gonna be for that book because I wrote that, I think even before I wrote book 3. I think it was when I was outlining books 2 and 3. I also just threw that in there because I kind of already knew, but yeah. So that's the Charm series. And then for the Twins trilogy is to finish writing Twins book 1 and to have a pretty like clear broad outline of Twins book 2. Twins book 3, we're not, I mean, I can start lightly outlining that one as well, but we're not really worrying about right now. So that is 6 books. And if I end up adding, like if I end up writing for the standalone as well, that'll be 7 books, and because I'm a lunatic. So I think, here's my thing. It sounds like a lot because it most definitely is a lot, but I think it's manageable because I have the dates set. So I know I have to have stuff done by certain dates. My problem is I'm such a major procrastinator, and if someone isn't expecting it from me, I won't listen to my own deadlines. So the reason why Charm book 1 and 2 will be easy for me to do is because I know people will be waiting for those. Everything else, the deadline is set by me and I'm the one expecting it. So actually, at least for Twins book 1, because that after Charms book 1 and 2, that is the most prominent project that I have. What I might do is on TikTok, because I know a lot of authors do this, or I mean, I don't really follow a lot, but like I know a couple of authors that do this where they put their progression because it adds accountability, and I definitely need that. So maybe I'll learn how to make a TikTok and then I will make one of those so that I have some accountability on finishing it by my deadline. And so those are my goals for Camp Nano July. They are ridiculous, I know that much. At the very least, I want to accomplish the first 3 goals, which are Charm Book 1 to copy edits, Charm Book 2 to betas, and finishing Twins Book 1. Those are my main goals, which essentially just means finishing Twins Book 1 is my main goal because the first 2 books should be done by the first couple of days of the month. But yeah, I always like to add a lot of stuff on the list because I don't know, I feel like that motivates me. We'll see if that works. Here's why. Because May I didn't really do anything, but June I was very lightly putting stuff on my list because I was like, oh, you know, May was such a hard month, I shouldn't pressure you, but I feel like I need the pressure. So we'll see how this goes. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can like it if you want to. If you don't, I guess you don't have to. If you want to stick around and follow me through Camp Nano July, I will definitely be vlogging it, and I will probably maybe have other videos. I don't really know. We'll see.